fellow booktubers, my name is Lauren, you're watching Dreams Books Courage, and today I'm going to be talking about my October wrap-up. This month I read a grand total of 4 books, which I know is not very many whatsoever, but I already knew it was going to be a very busy month for me. And now a lot of the busyness that is prominent in both September and October is gone, so hopefully I'll be able to read a lot more books in the month of November, but for this month I just read 4, so let's go ahead and get into those books. The first book I read in the month of October was Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas, and I absolutely love this book, just like the rest of the Throne of Glass series, and so of course I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I can't really tell you a whole lot about this book since you really need to read the series to understand all that's going on within Heir of Fire, but the series overall is about a girl named Celaena Sardothien who used to be an assassin, and then she's stuck in the mines, and then she winds up in the castle of the king that she hates, and so it's just a whirlwind of just amazing characters and complex plots, and it's all beautiful, and I really recommend you guys pick up this series. I did a book discussion on Heir of Fire, so hopefully that will be uploaded very soon. So then if you guys have read Heir of Fire and you do want to discuss it, then you can go watch that video. The second book I read in the month of October was The Maze Runner by James Dashner. And this is actually part of a dystopian trilogy, and the movie of The Maze Runner came out in the month of September, so I read it in anticipation of the movie, although I still have yet to see the movie. And at first it was really hard to get through this book. Like, there was just a lot of world building, and so you had to really get through that part. And I'm not sure what it was, but I didn't really like the atmosphere of just boys. They literally acted like boys would act, and so the lack of girls just made it really odd, and I think it's a very interesting concept. I'm just not sure if I really liked all of the male perspectives, and in no way am I being sexist about that. I just feel like the male perspectives within this novel specifically were not very complex, but maybe that is just the normal male psyche, and I'm just not used to it as much as I saw in this novel. After I really got into this book, about halfway through I really got into it, and it was just very interesting. There were weird, creepy creatures, and I felt like this was a really good book to read in the month of October. In anticipation of Halloween, I just felt like it was just a great creepy read. Overall, I gave this book 4 stars just because I felt like there was just too much world building going on and not enough plot, but I really want to continue on with this series. I keep thinking back to this book and just how it left off on a cliffhanger and how I really want to go on with this trilogy. The third book I read last month was Is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me? And Other Concerns by Mindy Kaling. I read this in audiobook form. I feel like that is the best way to read this because it is narrated by the author Mindy Kaling. If you guys have ever seen The Office, then you know just how hilarious it is. And Mindy Kaling is one of the writers as well as one of the actors on The Office, and so I just love that about her, and her hilarity really comes off in this kind of memoir of her life so far. She actually gave some pretty great advice, and I actually think I might like this audiobook more than Tina Fey's Bossy Pants because I felt like I could just relate to it more, and she just had a lot of great, amazing things to say, and so I'd really recommend you guys read this audiobook. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars for being just an awesome audiobook, the great advice, and just how hilarious this book is. The fourth and final book I read in the month of October was the psychological thriller of Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. And this book was really amazing, but also super intense. After the first part of the book, I really thought I knew what was happening and everything, and I actually really didn't. But this tells the story of Nick and Amy Dune, and Amy mysteriously goes missing on their 5th wedding anniversary. And so you really have no idea who was the killer. Is it really Nick? What's actually happening throughout the story, because I had literally no idea how this book would turn out until like the last 2 pages. Like, there's literally no telling what's going to happen in this novel. I felt like this book was absolutely perfect for being the month of October and Halloween coming up because it was really creepy, and I really enjoyed reading it. Although due to its intensity, it took me longer than expected for me to get through this novel just because it's just so intense. But I will tell you that this book has some racy scenes in it, so if you're a younger reader, you might not want to pick it up just yet. But other than that, I'd really recommend this book to you guys if you like intense, creepy reads. And of course, I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars, and I'm really excited to hopefully see the movie within this month or coming up in the next few months. Gillian Flynn's writing style is absolutely amazing, and I'm definitely going to want to pick up her other 2 books. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I would love to know down below what your favorite read in the month of October was, and as always, I'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna go get back to reading.